yeah. Kingdom citizen of Wisconsin. Kingdom citizen, yeah. Kingdom citizen.
Blessings and blessings to everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? Dr. King here. I'm doing Think About It Tuesday on a Wednesday night because I wanted to really talk about something that was taking place here in the city of Milwaukee. And so I wanted to really get out here and just have a real conversation about what's going on in our city. Uh, so before I get started, I want to just address certain uh, advertisements that I want to do, and then I'm gonna go get right into it. I just been tagging some people, and I asked you to also tag people uh, in this show tonight. So I'm hoping everybody's doing well. So let's get started. First of all, the book. Why is it important to stay in the middle from a kingdom perspective? It is continuing to grow. It's in a couple of new states now. So I believe we're up to 15, 16 states that the book is in. Also, for Kingdom Ecclesia Academy, we are going to be working the Milwaukee Brewers baseball games, all 81 baseball games. And we are asking you guys, if you would like to volunteer to work with us at the Brewer games, please give us a call at 414-585-9511, 414-585-9511, or call 414-899-2688. We can use all the help we can get. We're not asking that you work all 81 games, but if you can give us a couple of games to volunteer, because we're in the process of opening up the new school, and we would love for you to help us. Also, get healthy and get paid at the same time. We have some amazing products. I was talking to some people about the coffee. The coffee is amazing. If you want to know more about how you can get healthy and get paid at the same time, please give me a call at 414-676-0842, 414-676-0842. And if you're looking to know more about becoming a PMA, then I want you to give Miss Amber a call. I like to call it Mercy. That's her new nickname for the show. It's Mercy. But you can give her a call to find out more about becoming a PMA. And then also Restoration Freedom School. Amen. This is Sarah. She's teaching Constitution, the Bible. It is amazing, you guys. Give her a shout out and let her help you. And then Kingdom Ecclesia has started a campaign called Co-Parenting. Co-parenting is a ministry that was created to help parents co-parent a lot better, to give their children a better environment, to get the children the need and the help that they need to become better. So we want you guys to give us a call at 414-585-9511. If you feel that you want a better relationship so you can better co-parent, and you want some things, you want some help, then give us a call. We will help you out. We'll meet with you individually, then we'll meet with you guys together so you guys can make a better environment for your children. It's called Campaign Co-Parenting. You can reach us at 414-585-9511 or 414-899-2688. And it is sponsored by Kingdom Ecclesia. Kingdom Ecclesia, and our motto is Agents of Change. We are trying to make a difference in our city, in our state, and also in our nation. So I wanted to bring that up real quick. And so I'm glad that you guys are here. You guys are with me. Let me just adjust this for me. We're going to get started. The reason I did created the title Taxation Without Representation is because of the fact that there's some things that's going on in the city of Milwaukee that is not right. And I just have to say it like that. That is not right. Some of you might have heard on the news that they have just signed, well, they voted on January 17th, and today the mayor signed the paper to put a children's detention center in the city of Milwaukee. And the problem that I have and other people should have about the, hold on one second. Have to make sure everything plugged up. So, and that other people should have a problem with is that they did it in a district that had no representation. They don't have an alderman. You have 3 districts in the city of Milwaukee right now that has no representation, none at all. 3 where the taxpayers are paying taxes, but they have no representation. So they're voting on things, and they're doing things, and they're putting things in areas where they have no representation. I paid attention and watched the hearing, and I hear a young lady, a taxpayer, a homeowner, said to them, do not vote on this until we get an order person so we can have a voice at the table. And so right now they're voting on things, and you have 3 districts with no representation. At one time you had 5, 2 just got in November, but you have District 1, you have District 5, and you have District 9 with no representation at all. And so they're voting on things that is affecting District 1, District 5, and District 9. And nobody has a say-so, because here's the problem. Your elected officials feel that they don't have to talk to you. They don't have to come to you. They don't have to tell you what they're doing. They're just going to do whatever they want to do, and they feel there's nothing that you can do about it. But I beg the difference. I think it's time now that you guys rise up. I think it's time now that your voice is really heard. I watched another conference on today with the mayor, the DA, the sheriff department, Department of Justice, and everything, and they're talking about the crime. But what angered me is that they always want to go and say that we got to go get more data. We need data for this, and you don't need the data. You know what's wrong. The problem is, let's come up with a solution. Let's fix what's going on in our city right now. You have street lights that people are paying on their water bills that don't even be on in their neighborhoods. So now at night, their neighborhoods is not safe. But guess what? There's no alderman in those districts to represent the people who got lights out, who got people whose garbage is not being picked up, who got people whose cars are being broken into, who got people that are that have no say so in the Department of excuse me, my tongue is getting tired right now because I get hyped when I start talking about this kind of stuff. Public Works. And so the plow don't get done, the garbage ain't getting picked up, the lights doesn't work in there. There's so many bandit houses in these districts. So let me ask this question. If you guys voted, if they voted for a youth prison, as they want to call it, in the Milwaukee area, why they didn't vote it to put it in the districts that they have representation. The 6th district got empty buildings. Every district got some kind of empty buildings over there. Yeah, that's Chantel Lewis old district. But they have empty buildings in every district. You can go around Milwaukee and you will find something in somebody's district that's empty. So why did they dump that into a district where there's no representation? You know why? Because every other district that got representation don't want to lose their jobs because they know that the people in their district will get rid of them if they would have put it in their district. So now you put it in a district with no representation. You heard the people say, we don't want you to vote on this until we get an order person. And they voted on it anyway. And so when you look at what's going on and how they're voting, and they're not telling you, they just doing it. They voted on it on January 17th. And then here we got the mayor who just decided to sign it. And what is that telling you as the people of Milwaukee? It's telling you they don't care about you. That's what it tells you. You don't have a say-so. That's what they're saying. You're not important. That is what they're telling you. Now, I'm not against we having a facility for the youth to be detained here. I'm not against it, but I believe that it should have been waited. I believe that they should have waited until they got representation. I believe that every person should have came to the table. You don't just have something and then you listen to the people, but you're not listening to the people because they don't have nobody to vote out. So we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. See, this is where we have to stop allowing the elected officials think that they're in charge. This is where we have to stop allowing our elected officials to get away with stuff that we're not okay with. We are not okay with the way they're treating us. We're not okay with not being safe. We're not okay with them not doing their jobs. And here's the thing that I have a problem with. The next time your elected official tell you or make a statement on TV, parents, get your children, then you need to get rid of that elected official. And why do I say that? Parents cannot get their children simply because the parents' hands are tied. If a parent become a parent, then Child Protective Agency is knocking on their doors. So you can't tell a parent to get their child, to control their child, to discipline their child when you know you're going to arrest them if they do so. You know that they're going to be in trouble if they get their child. So you're telling the parents to be a parent, but you got their hands tied. They can't do it. And the problem and the thing about it is they know they can't do it, but they get on TV acting like they're doing something. Well, let me ask you this question. If they was really doing something, do you think Milwaukee would be in the condition that it's in? Are you trying to tell me all of the elected officials that are in Milwaukee don't have a clue on how to fix the situation? Don't have a clue on how to make Milwaukee safe again? Don't have a clue on knowing what to do with the children? Don't have a clue on how to better the education system for our children? Don't have a clue to open up avenues where our children have a place to go and spend time to release that energy, like more places for basketball, IT. I mean, there's things that you can do. One organization can't do it all. So don't get on here and say, well, we have some organization that one organization can't do it. One organization can't do it. And the other organizations that are doing it, you don't want to acknowledge them because you don't want to, let's just be honest. This is Think About It Tuesday. So let's be honest. Let's go around and let's look at this thing for what it really is, right? So you got every community that's hurting right now is the community that are, how should I say, on the poverty scale, most of them. They are low income, a lot of them. They are um, uneducated because of the education system. So they are not important. They are not important. The ninth district to a lot of people is not important. I even heard Tom Barrett when he was in the ninth district, and some people was asking him questions about what he was going to do for the ninth district. And I quote, he said, "The heart of Milwaukee is downtown. My focus is downtown." And his clone, Cavalier Johnson, focus is downtown. It's not the ninth district. You just saw that when he signed something to go ahead and do something in a district that has no representation. You have all of this stuff going on. They will not acknowledge anybody that don't sound like them. They will not acknowledge anybody that's doing work that won't kiss the ring. They won't acknowledge anybody that's doing work that really help changing lives. And you could probably say, well, you can't say that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can say that. Why? Because for the last 20 years, I've been in this community. I help people in this community, ran transitional home for men, transitional home for single moms, help people get jobs, transported over 450 a day. Most of the elected officials sent their family members to me to help them get a job. And when they was doing all the awarding and Black Excellent Awards and the most influenced people in the city of Milwaukee, do you think they called me up? Do you think they acknowledged my work even though they sent their family members to me? Do you think they did that? No, they didn't do that. Matter of fact, they sent me a message. And let me tell you guys what the message was. You're right, J-Rob. But let me tell you what the message was. They sent somebody to my office. And when they got to the office, these are the exact words that came out of their mouth. We know your work. We like what you're doing. And we want to give you money. But we can't give you no money because you won't shut up. You will not be quiet. You will not do anything that we want you to do. I am not going to be quiet. I'm never going to close my mouth. I'm never going to stop talking about injustice. I'm never going to stop not fight for the people. I'm never going to not tell the truth. I'm never going to not help people that need help. Never. I'm going to always do that. And so when we look at the city, Milwaukee could have been healed plenty of time. We could have done some things plenty of time. We could have fixed some things plenty of time. But did we do it? No. Because you know why? Because people get paid off of other people paying. So they create a new program. They create a new organization. They create a new so they can get more money, but they never want the problem solved. They never want the problem solved. You think I'm joking? Milwaukee, MPS, 10%. 10% of the children can read and do math at their grade level. 10%. How come our elected officials are not saying anything about that? 10%. Teachers going to the classroom don't even know if they're going to come home. They're not even safe. They don't even know if they're going to come home or not. They don't even know. They're afraid. Our neighborhood is a mess. You know, I'll tell you like this, and my question is to the people in Milwaukee. Are we sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are we sick and tired of the lies that are being told to us? Are we sick and tired of broken promises? Are we sick and tired? You got a automatic race where 8 people. Oh, okay. I was wondering who that was. All right, sir. Got you. Are you sick and tired of living in fear? Are you sick and tired of family members losing their houses to taxes? Are you sick and tired? Because until Milwaukee gets sick and tired of being sick and tired, it's not going to change. It's not going to change until the people are sick and tired. So until we decide, Milwaukee, notice I said Milwaukee, because the outskirts, they can't do it. We got to do it. It's an in-house problem. It is an in-house problem where we on the inside got to fix it. And we got to be sick and tired. Are you tired of your family members leaving the city because the city is not safe, leaving the city because they can't prosper, because they're being held hostage by the aldermen, that they can't open up their business, they can't function unless they go kiss the ring and then get the zoning committee to do it? I am a business coach and a consultant, and I have 2 clients that have had to go outside of the city of Milwaukee to open up their businesses because of the fact they was being held hostage in the city of Milwaukee. So are you sick and tired of this? If you are sick and tired, then we need to come together and fix it. If you are sick and tired, we need to come together. We have to let every elected official in the city of Milwaukee know you're fired. You did not represent me. You represented somebody, but it wasn't me. You didn't represent my block. We can't sit on our porch. You didn't represent our children. They can't play like we normally used to play when we grew up. You did not represent us. You represented somebody else. You didn't even care to ask if we wanted a youth prison in the 9th district. You didn't even ask. You didn't even listen to the people. The people said, please wait until we get an order person. Do not vote it on this. And what did you guys do? You went and voted anyway. What did the mayor do? The mayor do? He went and signed it anyway. He did it anyway. That's telling you, screw you. That's telling you we don't give up what you want. That's what it's telling you. That's what they're telling you. They're not listening to you guys. When are you going to get that? When are you going to get it that they're not listening? And you got to make an example of some of them so everybody else will listen. You got to make an example. And you got the one they got now is in Lincoln Hill, and they having a problem. There's a lot of problems with Lincoln Hill, and Lincoln Hill was supposed to have been closed a couple of years ago, but they didn't. So, but the thing that I'm saying to you guys is, as people of Milwaukee, when are we going to have enough? And when are we going to start giving out pink slips? And when are we going to get somebody that's really going to represent the people of Milwaukee and what's better for Milwaukee instead of what's better for someone else? And the problem that we have is they are so cocky and so bold, they do it in your face and dare you to say something. When they had the hearing, it was a waste of time. And I tell you why it was a waste of time. They already had made up in mind that they're going to vote on it anyway. They had already made up in their mind that they was going to put it out in the 9th district. They already had it made up in their mind. It was already made up. That's why they voted January 17th. That's why the mayor went today and signed it. It was already a done deal because they don't care or respect the people of Milwaukee. They don't respect you guys. They don't respect us. As citizens of the city of Milwaukee, the elected officials in this city do not respect us. We have children that needed help, mental health. We have adults that need mental health. What did the county do? They shut down the mental complex. The mental complex. They shut it down. What they saying? We don't care about you guys. When are we going to say enough is enough? When are we going to say enough is enough? That's why you see more people on the streets with mental illness than ever, because they really don't have nowhere to go. People don't know what to do with them. And the place that they had to go, we shut it down. Matter of fact, there's a place out there where it used to be a mental part of the mental complex, and now it's apartments. You used to have neighborhood schools where you can walk to school, but now those apartments. So what are they telling you? We don't care about you. That's what they're saying. We don't care about the people in Milwaukee. We don't care about the people in Milwaukee. So what we're going to do is we're going to look like we're working. We're going to look like we're doing something. You have people that have lost loved ones from people who should have been behind the bars already, because they had already did a crime. And what happened? They got out and someone lost a loved one. And then you say, well, you need to change the laws in Madison. Okay, which one of you elected officials are doing that? Are asking them to change it? Are asking them to fix it? No, y'all doing it. What y'all doing now, y'all releasing violent criminals from prison. That's what's happening. They are not listening. Stop thinking they're for you. Stop thinking they're going to do exactly what you won't do, that you won't done. And you know, let me explain this. Some people used to call those of us that want to see people change, want to see people in power, they used to call us Uncle Toms, right? But they never read a book. Uncle Tom was not a bad person. Uncle Tom did some great works. Okay? That's it right there. Milwaukee can only say Milwaukee. That's it right there. But see, Ed, I'm going to bring you on the show because, see, you're trying to steal my thunder. So are you willing to come on the show? We might as well have this conversation. Just think about it Tuesday. So, Ed, you need to come on the show. And anybody else that want to come on the show, just put a yes in the box, and I'll send you a link. You can come on, because we got to have this conversation, because Milwaukee really has to fix Milwaukee. I'm not saying Milwaukee Republican. I'm not saying Milwaukee Democrats. I'm saying people in the city of Milwaukee. Stop listening to the lies. Stop allowing folks to just give you lip service. But you need to have individuals that will represent you and represent you well, because that is what we need right now. We need people that's going to help fix the problem. It's not going to be fixed. And for example, like I was saying, you got 4 people live outside the district in District 9 who's running for District 9. Don't mean they have a heart for District 9. It just means they see an opportunity to get in office, make some money. It's not that they have a heart for District 9. District 5, they had a community meeting in District 5 today, and in District 5 today, they had a community meeting in District 5, and not one candidate for District 5 was at the community meeting. That's just, oh no, Kelly, you don't have to call in. No, Kelly, no Kelly tonight. But, you know, we have to get to that place where we're standing up. We have to get to that place. Stop thinking because they gave you a Band-Aid. Stop thinking because they gave a Band-Aid on something that is really going to happen. It's not happening. We gotta, next month, we have a primary for the school board. We got 4 new people running for the school board, 4. And we need to get all 4 elected to send a message to our school board: fix it or you gotta go. Fix it or you gotta go. We gotta get to that place where, and don't tell me it ain't gonna change, because it can change when you ready to make the change. It can change when you ready to make the change. The Bahamas was a colony of Great Britain. The Bahamas was a colony of Great Britain until 1973, when they said enough is enough. The Revolutionary War happened because the United States was was going to be a full colony of Britain, of the British. And what did they say? Oh no, enough is enough. So when people say enough is enough, then you can get some stuff done. And we just need enough people in Milwaukee that is sick and tired of being afraid, that is sick and tired of this so-called norm, because this is not the norm. We need to get back to normalcy in our city. So we need people that is willing to rise up, people that is willing to gather up the truth, people that are willing to say, you know what? You have done this for the last time. You have misrepresented us for the last time. You have misrepresented my family, my children for the last time. And now it's time to let you go. It makes no sense for you to complain and then vote the same people back in office. That's insanity. It is time. And we as a people has to come together. We have to rise up and we have to say enough is enough. They just not only did they listen to the people in the night, they spit in the face of the people in the night. And so the problem that we have is this: how long are we going to allow them to keep this up? How long, Milwaukee, are we going to allow them to keep doing what they're doing to us? How long, Milwaukee, are we going to listen to the song and dance? How long, Milwaukee, are we going to continue to listen to people who ask you to vote for them, but they're not pushing your agenda? They're pushing the agenda of themselves or whoever they're being paid by. How long are we going to continue to watch family members that we don't want to leave the city of Milwaukee, and then they wondering why the population of Milwaukee is going down? Because you're running people out of the city. That you got them going south. You got them going to Florida, Georgia, or Houston, or Arizona. That's where they fleeing to. They're fleeing there because they feel it's a better opportunity for them than what they got here in the city of Milwaukee. How long are we going to allow them to turn Milwaukee into a Detroit, into a Gary, Indiana, or even into a Baltimore? Are we going to allow them to do that to us? Or are we going to rise up and say enough is enough? Because here's the thing that we must understand. Until you get tired, ain't nothing changing. Until you get sick and tired of it, ain't nothing changing. You know, as we allow our elected officials to be the boss, even though they're not the boss, you're the boss. You the boss. Each one of you are the boss. And I guarantee you, if you do an evaluation on each elected official to see if they did anything that you as an individual want done, you'll find the answer is no. You'll find the answer is no. Untie parents' hands. Untie the parents' hands. And I guarantee you, you'll see children walking up straight. Remove Child Protection Agency out the way and let these parents be parents. You will not have to worry about the children being out late at night. You won't have to worry about a child skipping school. You won't even have to worry about it is not the ghetto. You're absolutely right. Milwaukee is an excellent place, and they know that. And they know they know how valuable it is. But here's the thing: when an individual don't know what they have, then somebody who does know what you got always going to come and try to take what you have because you didn't know what you had. And so I'm trying to think, who is this who just made that comment, because your name didn't come up. So whoever made the comment, tell me your name. Let me know who it is, because I want to acknowledge you, whoever you are, because it's not telling me your name. Let me see if I can find it in here. Oh, okay. I know who it is now. All right. So how do we come and how do we fix? How do we make Milwaukee a better place? How do we change the narrative of Milwaukee? How do we start to heal Milwaukee? How do we make it a better place, a safer place, a place we can be proud of by rising up? If we all rise up, we all are part of the puzzle. And if we all can come together, people from every district. Now, the beauty of it is we don't need everybody from every district, but we need somebody from every district. We don't need everybody, but we need somebody. We don't need quantity, but we need quality. So we need people that is willing to rise up, to represent that district, to help rebuild that district. We have the technology, we have the talent, the skills, the resources. People say there's not no money. We got the resources. Yes, Milwaukee is in a place of being bankrupt. They won't tell you everything about that. But we are looking at things, but we can still turn it around. We can bring anything out of the red that we have a mind to bring out of a red. I have managed $1 million companies for 30 years, and we brought many restaurants, many businesses out of the red. So we know how to bring things out of the red. But what I'm saying is to beautify, to build up, to come together as one. We have to have one mind with one purpose and one goal. That's what we need right now. We need people to say, let's come together. I'm not looking at, and you know what? When we come together, take that political tag. Take that political tag. I don't want to hear you're a Democrat. I don't want to hear you're a Republican. I want to hear you're a Milwaukeean. And come together as a Milwaukeean to make our city better, to make our city safer, to make our city proud, so that your family members can come back home that you're missing. That's all the way in Arizona. That's all the way in Texas, that they can come home and they can prosper right here at home. We should not have to leave home to prosper. We shouldn't. We should not. So we have to come together. We have to look at this thing as one. We got to come with one mind. You know, we can do it. But at the same time, we got to be tired. We got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. When I was coming up, and many of you, we used to watch this cartoon. And this cartoon was Popeye. And Popeye would get beat up by this character by the name of Brutus. And Brutus would beat Popeye and beat Popeye and beat Popeye until Popeye said, that's all I can stand. And I can't stand no more. And he ate spinach and he whooped Brutus. People of Milwaukee, it is time for us to say, that's all I can stand. I can't stand no more. You have 3 districts with no representation, and they are making decisions. Oh, yes. Well, I know it. Well, I ain't gonna, well, yeah, it is. It is, but we it has the nourishment in it. So that's why I said that. That's why. But anyway, we can do this, you guys. All we got to do is be tired. They're steady making decisions on your life. They're steady putting new taxes, aka fees, on you. Your light, the street lights is on your water bill, and so you're paying for something that you can't even enjoy because they don't even have the street lights on in your neighborhood. So we got to get to a place that we're tired. We got to get to a place that we say, I can't take it no more. And I know you're a nice guy. You know, you probably say, well, they're a nice person. We're not questioning if they're a nice person. That's not what we're questioning. We're questioning, are they the right leadership to lead Milwaukee in the direction that Milwaukee needs to go in? That's what we are questioning. Not if they're a nice person. Not if they're a nice person. But are they up for the challenge? Are they willing to make some decisions that the people want? And see, here's the thing. Most of us don't even pay attention to what they're doing in City Hall or what the county executive and the county supervisor are doing. A lot of you don't know until it knocks on your door, and then you be like, oh my God, what they doing? A lot of us don't know what's going on with the school board. A lot of people didn't know that only 10% of the kids can read. A lot. And we know that education starts at the house. We know that. But we have to come together to do some things to make life better. And today was another example of your elected officials saying, screw you. Another day, your elected official says, ain't nothing you gonna do about it. There's nothing you can do. Another day of your elected official telling you, you are not in charge. I am. But I beg the difference. We are in charge. Each and every one of us are in charge. Now, if you don't take your responsibility, then that's on you. If you don't get out in this spring election and help flip the school board, then that's on you. If you allow the school board to stay the way it is, if you allow the school board to represent you, taxation without representation, because they're not saying what you want, they're not doing what you want. They don't even listen to you guys. They don't even listen. What they do is they act like they're having a public hearing, but their mind is already made up. They already know what they're gonna do, and that's why when you get through talking, they still vote against what you just said. So now you have an opportunity to say, you know what? We're going to put 4 people in, 4 new people. Let's see what's going to happen to our school now. We're going to put 4 new people in and say, you know what? Let's see if there's a change. So we have an opportunity. There's school board races all over the state right now. I know Kenosha has a school board election in February. They might have just pushed it all the way to April. I don't know how many people in their races. Milwaukee has one. Milwaukee has one right now, and we need to remove 4. I know 2 is not running for re-election, but we still need to get 4 new faces in those seats. So we need to get more people in there that is really going to do something that is definitely going to better our children. This is our children we're talking about. This is our elderly we're talking about. These are people who worked all their lives and now they got to live in fear. These are people who worked all their lives and then some of them losing their houses to taxes. It's not right, you guys. It's not right. And we have to come with the solutions. We have the solutions. It's working together. We can work together to make it better for everybody. Every single person. Every single person. Every single person. It's about everybody. It's not about one. It's not about just the Black community. It ain't not about just the white community. It's not just about the Latino community or the Hmong community or the African community or any other ethnic group community. It's about all of us. It's not about whether you got money or you don't got money. It's about all of us. That's what makes a community. That's what makes a city, all of us. And we all want to feel safe. And we all want to have a safe and prosperous home. We all want to be able to enjoy the fruit of our labor and be in our yard and don't worry about a stray bullet coming in our yard or leave the house and everything you work for goes up in flame or somebody break in. We don't want that. We want to be able to leave home and come back home and find everything the way we left it. We want to be able to sit out in the summertime, barbecue, be with our family and friends, allow our children to be children, and don't have to worry about a stray bullet hitting somebody because they're outside playing. We don't want to have to be in a house and when you hear a gunshot fall on the floor like that's a routine. No, we should not have to do these kind of things, and we should not want to live like this. And when you got elected officials who's doing things that is not benefiting you at all, it looks like it. They do photo shoots to make it look like they care about you guys, to make it look like that they're going to take care of you, that they may it look like that they're working on your behalf. But how can these folks be working on our behalf for the last 20 years? So we had some that just got in the last 8, the last 12 years, maybe the last 4 years, but nobody, you ever notice? Nobody do a press conference to say enough is enough. Nobody do a press conference, say, release the parents so they can do what needs to be done. Nobody says the education system we need to fix so our children can have a better education system. No one is saying we got to open up some things and allow these children to have a place to go. Too much idle time on their hands. Let's figure out what they really want. They're not talking with us. They're talking at us. And we got to stop it. We have to stop it. I don't want people telling me, well, we're trying. No. There was a football coach, and his defense could not stop the sweep to the right. Every time they did a sweep to the right, they got it. They got 10, 15 yards. So the coach said, Johnston, come here. Yes, coach. Get in there and stop that sweep to the right. Yes, coach, I'll try. Coach said, Johnson, sit down. They trying. We don't need try. We need it done. We need things to get done. We need things to happen in a way where it's going to, how should I say this, benefit. We can see something changing. We can see something, but we don't see anything. We don't see anything. You got ODs, overdose, a lot of overdose right now. They putting fentanyl on the marijuana. We watching kids OD. Do you think they did a press conference to talk about how many overdose deaths that we had in the city? Well, see, you're not going to see those kind of press conference. You're not going to see those. You'll see the photo ops where they'll probably bring one person in and things like that. But you're not going to be able to see any of those things happening right now. They're not going to talk about the positive things. They're not going to talk about when they was crying there was no jobs and we was transporting 450 people a day. It was like there's no jobs. We need more money. And why did they need more money? For more training. Really? Are you serious? Jobs is everywhere. Jobs is everywhere. But if you start putting people to work, some agencies is going to have to close. Because why? They're not going to need them. They're not going to need them. Why? Because those people are now working. So what are we going to do? You see help wanted signs everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's a help warning sign. How do we get the people to go back to work? How do we get the people motivated to want more in life? How? By stop with all the negative narrative on telling them how bad it is. You got young men that was told they would not live to be the age of 25, and now they're 26. And now they're trying to figure out what to do because they was not prepared to be here after 25, because in their heads, they've been told you're not going to live that long. You're not going to make it. So you got young girls having abortions because they're telling them if you have a baby, your life is over. And, you need to be able to live. But they won't show them mothers, single moms, who raise their children, and their children are some of the best productive children in society. You have single moms who work, went to school, and raised their children at the same time. But you won't see any of those things unless they're trying to push something that's negative. So you won't see those kind of things. So we have to say, you know what? Stop using us for your gain, because you're not really there for us. You're there for yourself. You're not really there to make us to campaign that we're going to have a better life. I heard a man say, I heard a man say one day, he said, listen, I ate that meal. I ate that meal that they're oppressing us. I ate that meal that Jesse Jackson was talking about, how they're oppressing the Black community. He said, I ate that meal that I was sick and tired of them oppressing us in the school system, how terrible it was and all of that. He said, but then I started to look and I noticed, how come they're oppressing us, but they're not oppressing Jesse Jackson? How come our kid's school system is bad, but his kid's school system is not bad? How come we're struggling to eat, but he's not struggling to eat? He said, I had to think about it for a while. I had to think about it, and then I realized we was being used. In every election, the Black community, the low-income communities are being used. Whether you're Black, white, brown, we are all in that same boat. Black, white, and brown. in the city of Milwaukee, that's our what they consider poverty level. Because it ain't just blacks that's in the poverty level. So when you look at it, they're lying to us, they're stroking us, they're trying to date us, and then once the date is over, they tell you they're gonna call and they never call. That's why they're making decisions without you. They come up to you, I'm for you, vote for me, because I'm gonna take care of you. And they have not taken care of you. Look how long they've been talking about 53209. What improved in 53209? They talk about it all the time. What improved in 53209? Besides they moving folks out and pushing them farther north into 53224 and 53223 and 53225. Because that's where they're pushing you now. So 53212, 53206, and 53210 are now the new 53206. 10, 1, 2, and 9 are now 23, 24, and 25. Because that's where they're pushing them out to. That's where they're pushing them. And what they're doing, they're rebuilding 53212. They steady pushing, steady moving north from downtown. They steady moving north for downtown. So they steady pushing out those people downtown. Where you used to hear the crime is no longer. Why? Because they don't push them out. Where you used not to hear the crime is that's where you're hearing the crime at now. And they're not thinking about you. They don't care about you. They're not concerned about you. If they was, then guess what? They would do something better for you. Hillside is next. I guarantee it. They're going to move the people out of Hillside. Hillside will be next. Mark my word. Hillside will no longer be Hillside. And when they get done with Hillside, Lampton will no longer be Lampton. They on their way your way. And they don't care what you think. And they don't care what you say. They're coming. They are coming. I guarantee it. They're coming. And they're going to come fast. They're coming. And then they're building houses on closer to the east side that's coming. But when they build those houses, watch how quick property taxes go up. Watch how quick you get fines that you got to upgrade your house. Watch how quick they try to take yours. Because they don't care about you. They know elderly people don't have the money to upgrade their houses. They already know that. We got to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop. We can't just allow them to push and push and push us out. Call your aldermen that you have right now and ask them, why did y'all misrepresent the people? Why did y'all vote for something in an area where those people don't even have representation? Why you guys doing things where it's not fair to anybody else? Why are y'all doing this? Call the mayor. Why did you sign something and put it in a district that have no representation? Why didn't you put it somewhere else? Why didn't you wait until after the special election to vote on that youth prison? Why didn't you do things uh, upright, decent, and in order, respecting the citizens of this city? Why did you? Why did you guys just went ahead and say, forget the people? They can't do nothing to us anyway. Then it's not my district. I can just do. We can just vote on it. They ain't got no representation, and we can just put it over there. They paying taxes, but no representation. That is taxation without representation. And we just saw in the last 2 years, there was 5 districts with no representation, but all the taxpayers in those districts. 5. 5 districts with no representation. And they voting on things without the proper representation of those districts. That is unacceptable. That is totally disrespect to the people of Milwaukee. And if you guys is not upset, then I'm really scared. If you guys is going along with it just to go along, then I'm really, really terrified, because you guys should not be okay with them making laws, zoning things without the proper representation. Now, you know what's funny? If you wanted to open up a business, those aldermen, if they are against you opening that business, they're going to go into the community and they're going to go get people to go against you opening up your business. They go get people to say, we don't want it in our community. We don't want that here because of A, B, and C. And then you have some people come and says, well, I don't have a problem with it being in the district, in the neighborhood, because of A, B, and C. But you at least listen to the people. You had people there. This time the people came and they said, please don't do this until we have an order person that can represent us in our district. And what did you guys do? You guys went ahead anyway and voted on January 17th. Said, screw the people in the 9th district. The people in the 9th district, you ought to be heated. You ought to be frustrated. You ought to be mad. And you ought to remember this next year, because every order person and the mayor and the county executive and the county supervisors, they all up for re-election next year. First, we got to take care of this year. We got to get rid of the school board. We got to vote in for new people in the school board that's going to do what needs to be done for our children, and that they have a vision for our children. That's the first place we need to start. The second place we need to start is starting to remove Chevy Cavalier Johnson. Mayor Cavalier Johnson today showed the people of Milwaukee that he is not for the people of Milwaukee. He's not even listening to you guys. So he's picked up where Tom Barrett left off. He's doing Tom Barrett. He's doing Tom Barrett agenda. Tom Barrett didn't care about what the people of Milwaukee said. Cavalier Johnson, Mayor Johnson, doesn't care what the people of Milwaukee is saying. So to end the regime of Tom Barrett, 2024, we got to say goodbye to Cavalier Johnson. And we got to say goodbye to any other elected official that is not really representing us. Stop taxing. Stop being part of being taxed with no representation. Taxation without representation. We're giving up taxes, but we have nobody there to represent us. That is the problem. That is a problem. And anybody talk to you about supporting somebody, I know, but they are both. They keep voting in the same people, the same type, decade after decade. So what we have to do, and we gotta do our due diligence. We got to get to work. We got to take pride in our city again. We got to start cleaning it up. We got to start having community meetings where we say, okay, who we let's grade everybody and let's give them a grade, and then let's get rid of them. Because the way the city is, nobody should get a passing grade, not one. So they put a speed bump up. Really? What have the speed bumps done to stop all the killings with cars that we have? We have to stop letting them give us pacifiers, and we have to really start to do things that is going to benefit our children, that's going to benefit our elders, that's going to benefit our families. This is what we have to do, and we need to start doing that now, right now. And so think about it Tuesday. I wanted to wait until he signed the papers. I already knew that it had been voted in, but I wanted to wait to give him the benefit of the doubt to see if he really a mayor for the people. And today you found out he is not a mayor for the people. And so we have to really come out the box. We got to come out of our box. And we have to come out and do things where it is really, really, really going to benefit everybody. It's about everybody. It's not about one group. It's about all of us. Because when they make a bad decision, it affects all of us. When they do things, it affects all of us. So we got to come in together and we got to address it. We got to deal with it. We got to fix it, because it's going to take all of us, each and every one. No one can sit on the sideline. All of us has to get up. All of us got to do some things. All of us got to take ownership. All of us got to hold them accountable for what they're doing or not doing. All of us, not one, all of us, all, A-L-L, all of us has to do this. All of us. It takes all of us. And we have to show them enough is enough. So those of you that are in the 1st, the 5th, and the 9th district, you guys got a race coming up next month. Don't go off of name recognition. Have a conversation. Don't go off of name recognition. Have a conversation with each and every one of them to see what is their vision for the district. Or is they going to go along just to hang out with the rest of them and go to parties and don't care about you and then show their face when cameras is around? show their face when the camera around and families are hurting. No, it's time. It's time. And we want a better Milwaukee. And together, we can have it. It's going to take all of us. So, on this Think About It Tuesday, no more taxation without representation. No more making decisions when there are nobody there to represent a group of people in this city. No more. We got to stop allowing them to do this stuff. Let's start making a change. Starts with the school board. Let's start with the school board. Matter of fact, Kingdom Citizen of Wisconsin will be doing the show tomorrow night, and we will be having some members that are some candidates that's running for the school board. We will have them on, and I will try to find a couple of candidates that is running for alderman to come on as well. So that way you guys can hit them with whatever question you want to hit them with. I love it when people don't get the questions before time. I love it like that because of the fact now they got to be genuine. They don't have time to make it up. So this is Think About It Tuesday on a Wednesday. I just had to allow it to go. So also, you guys, as I close this, there's also a Supreme Court race. Supreme Court race. And let me just say something about the Supreme Court race. I need you guys to be educated about the Supreme Court race. So you need to do your homework. We need a Supreme Court judge that is going to be, how should I say this, in the middle and go according to the Constitution. And if I have a Supreme Court judge who made a ruling, but it wasn't in my favor, but it was according to the Constitution, it was according to the law, then I'm okay with that. But if I got a Supreme Court judge that is only going to lean my way, then I'm not okay with that. I need somebody that's going to do it right. I need somebody that understands the Constitution and is not going to put their feelings involved, but just stand on the word. What do the Constitution says? What does the Constitution? And if the Constitution at that time does not lean in my favor, then I'm okay. But if it's always leaning in my favor because I elected somebody that leans that way, then I'm not okay. Just because it leans my way don't mean it's right. I need somebody that's going to take the Constitution and go straight down the middle, what the Constitution says, why it said that way, and what it meant. I don't need nobody in their feelings. Exactly. That is exactly right. So we need we need someone that understands the Constitution. And see, here's the thing that we mess up. And this is why I wrote the book, Why It's Important to Stay in the Middle. When you're in the middle, you don't always get favored. Because when you're in the middle, that's where the truth is. And sometimes you're wrong when you're in the middle. When you're in the middle, but you're trying to get somebody to lean your way, and they don't lean your way. When you are in the middle, you can handle, even if it don't favor you. You know, it's just like football. It's just like football, right? You got three teams on the field in the football game. You got three teams. You have the home team, you have the visiting team, and then you have the referee team. The referee team is the team that's supposed to be in the middle. The referee team is the one who's supposed to call it like it is, according to the rules of the NFL. And sometimes they call it where it favors my team, and sometimes they call it where it doesn't favor my team. I can respect them if they call it according to the rule itself. And so we need a Supreme Court judge that is going to call it according to the Constitution, whether it favor me or not. So we don't need somebody in office, like Ed said, that's going to be an activist only for one side. And this is why we messed up now. And this is why we're in the mess that we are in, because we don't want judges that is going to call it like it is. With that, and see, when we do that, right? When a judge do that, then the people gets upset with a judge that call it not like it is, but don't call it in the favor of them. So we need judges, we need Supreme Court judges that's going to call it according to the Constitution. According to the Constitution. That's what we need. Without that, we in trouble. We need elected officials that's going to govern from the middle. That means everybody's being taken care of, that everybody is treated fair. That's just like Milwaukee. One side of town get taken care of better than the other side of town. We need that elected official that's going to make sure that every side, are being taken care of. And this is what we're talking about, because if we don't, we're in trouble. So we need to look at this thing. We need to look at talking to people, seeing the candidates that's running for Supreme Court justice, and I am inviting them as well to come on. Y'all can contact me, 414-676-0842. I will bring you on and let the people that watch us ask you the questions. We had Justice Kelly on at one time. I'm opening the door to every candidate that's running for any office. You are welcome to come on the show. And whether you're in Milwaukee or not, because we have people watching from all over Wisconsin. So anybody can come on the show, and you can take your stance on why you do what you do. Let me see. What did he say? Okay. He putting it out there for his. So anybody that's supporting Darrow, Judge Jennifer, and you want her on the show, all you got to do is contact her, let them contact me. We'll put her on the show. Any other candidate that's running for Supreme Court justice, they want to come on the show, we'll put them on the show as well. And so that way, you guys can hit them up, ask the questions. But again, we got a Supreme Court race coming up, and we need somebody that's going to govern according to the Constitution and not feelings and not emotions. What do the Constitution say? That's what it says. That's how I'm standing. That's how I'm ruling. No other way do we need, no other justice do we need that's going to be swayed either by the left or the right. We need somebody that's going to call it just like it is. All right? So now we got Supreme Court race, we got automatic races, we got school board races. So you guys, come on out tomorrow night. I believe we're starting at 5:30. I double check, but I believe it's 5:30 tomorrow. And then on Saturday night at 6:30, I believe it is. They'll jump me later, but we will have our constitutional teaching. But this time we're going to start teaching the Constitution of Wisconsin, so you will know your rights as a Wisconsinite. So we are We are going to be teaching the Constitution on this coming Saturday. And then I'll be back next week, Tuesday, with my Think About It Tuesday. I love you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in, for commenting. Milwaukee, it's time to rise up. Let us rise up. Let us come together and let us become victorious. This is Dr. David D. King. Until next time, God bless.
Kingdom citizen, yeah, yeah.